On today's video, 11 days before Light and Darkness ended in Lost Kingdom 37, a message was sent out, a 30-minute server maintenance happened, and all of a sudden, 3 major changes happened in Light and Darkness. For those of you starting Season 4, your first Light and Darkness, these changes will take effect, so you definitely want to make sure you know about them. And we'll go briefly about, the things happening in this Lost Kingdom, and there'll be a separate video coming up with the action of the 2-0 for Light. Darkness haven't given up yet. Kingdom 283 is still alive. But today, let's talk about the 3 major changes for Light and Darkness. So sit back, drop a like on the video, and let's go. YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Today, let's talk about Lost Kingdom 37 once more. As you can see, when I zoom out, nothing I do will render this damn alliance territory. Nothing. And this is one of the things we're going to talk about in this video. The amounts of lag and craziness that were caused in Light and Darkness, and why 3 major changes happened that have to do exactly with that. I am a sponsored content creator by Rise of Kingdoms, and if you enjoy this kind of content, want to know everything about Light and Darkness as well as any other war happening, you definitely want to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. About 40% of you are watching and not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. All right, so no alliance territory loading. You guys, we're going to wait for this all day and it won't load. And this is part of the big picture issues in Light and Darkness, and the number 1 issue really was insane amounts of lag. Now we say that every Lost Kingdom, but in Light and Darkness they really stepped it up because the lag happened primarily when these zones opened up, which are the Ancient Ruins and Altar of Darkness areas, where most of the fighting in the early stage of this Lost Kingdom between weeks 2 and 3, both those weeks, the only conflicts you'd have were inside these small squares, and they were open field fights only. So a little bit of question marks along the way when we started watching this Lost Kingdom, the way the map is laid out, and thought, what are these fights? And indeed, we saw madness happen in here. Folks went crazy. They sent hundreds of marches. It was crazy laggy. I have images and videos of people who literally had their game freeze for 30 seconds, and when it unfroze, all their marches are dead. It was just crazy. And so 2 days ago, there was a server maintenance for about half an hour. No message was sent out to my big account. No message was sent out to my Kingdom 93 account. But this account in Lost Kingdom 37 did get this message. And so let's show you guys what are the changes that Lilith did to Light and Darkness on the 18th. And these have a lot to do with those zones as well as with lag in general. And man, oh man. Changes to Light and Darkness event. During the Light and Darkness event, currently when some governors used random teleports, they were incorrectly brought to a province that has Ancient Ruins and Altars of Darkness in it. We covered that card up on the top right for that video of folks who ported in and did crazy stuff in that province. We will teleport these governors back to Lost Kingdom's initial province and compensate them with 1 targeted teleport. So one of the things that was a bug was the fact that you can random teleport into the Ancient Ruins and Altar of Darkness provinces. That was not supposed to be a thing. Those areas were supposed to be for open field fights only, but some folks managed to random port in, and as soon as people realized that's a thing, everybody did it. And it got to a point where folks got zeroed in that province for not paying attention and being in there. Other folks really picked up a lot of kills because their march time was much smaller towards where the confrontation was. And it generally caused a very interesting, weird situation where you can't build flags. You can't build any alliance things, but you can teleport in there and be vulnerable to get hit. So it was a weird situation, and now it's no longer possible. Lilith fixed that bug, which I'm not sure whether it was a bug or not a bug. It wasn't supposed to be, but then is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. That's one important thing you should know about. You cannot random teleport into the Ancient Ruins anymore, or Altar of Darkness. Each governor can only dispatch one march to enter a province with Altar of Darkness and Ancient Ruins. So that area was the only place where folks could go ham and duke it out and all that good stuff. And now you can only do it with one army. So it's either you hold the altar and ancient ruin, or you fight. Or you do it in that area, but what's the point? On the one hand, I see this as a good thing because it causes a very interesting scenario where for the first time in this game, a 1v1 is a potentially doable thing. And secondly, a situation where alliance mates and teammates can work together to bring specific marches to create a squad of marches that do debuffs, buffs, tank, and DPS. Essentially, you can create a situation where folks divide into squads that go into this area and together they target the same types of troops. The idea for that would be so that you can cause a more strategic fight within that area rather than just a brawl of send all your troops out and hit anything on the field. So I see that as a good potential thing. The bad thing is that one army where you're gonna have to march back probably like 15 minutes back and forth is really gonna wear down people, and it's gonna deter people from wanting to fight. Once your one march goes away, am I gonna sit here and wait for it to come back for 5 minutes and then to walk there for another 10 minutes just so I can get back into the fight? It causes a very weird situation. And also, while we're at it, this seems to be like a new development. What I mean by new development is that the game never had a situation where a pass could limit you in amounts of troops you can send out. And so you're developing this extra safety mechanism, I guess you call it, by creating a situation where the pass can limit the amounts of troops that will march, but you don't spend that on that amount of effort into improving bigger things in the game. I think that this is a very small, like it fixes the lag issues, which is the number one issue. And I understand that what they said is let's develop a solution that'll fix the number one issue. But it also, by fixing the number one issue, caused a situation where the most fun part of that area is now less fun. And I want to know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know what you think. Do you think this is going to be something that'll cause better, more strategic fighting? Or it'll just be something that'll happen in the background and people just won't fight there anymore? The maximum levels of Grace of Selûne buffs have been increased to level 25 to satisfy Governor's donation needs. So this is where I had a huge question mark to Lilith, and I didn't actually ask this because I figured if I asked this and talked about this, then it would become a very, 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 very weird thing. Folks have been grinding their butts off very, very early on in their honor, not because they were looking to necessarily end up with 1 million honor, but exactly because of this. The first situation in Grace of Selûne was really weird because at some point you max out that thing and then you can no longer donate the coins, which means you have tons of coins that are useless. And also the biggest way to get honor points is gone. I mean, if you're hunting barbarians, you pick up 100 coins and you get out of that another 100 honor points. Worst case scenario, best case scenario, you get 1,000 honor points. That thing is a gold mine. And so it seemed that early on in Lost Kingdom, Light and Darkness, the first iteration of it, those who started early getting the coins and donating into Grace of Selûne were the ones who really got the best out of it, because once it got maxed out completely, folks just remained without ability to donate coins. Now that they upped the levels, I'm guessing that we're going to see those things skyrocket like crazy and people are going to donate a bunch more, and we'll see honor in general jump quite a bit. In here, it hasn't moved that much. The two folks who are at the top are still there. We're looking at 500,000-ish individual honor points, 461,000 in here to get to 20th. And so if we take a peek at Grace of Saluna, now you can definitely get more levels on your things, and I like it. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Question is, did they also up the buffs? And the answer for that is they did, but they didn't up them as significantly. So you can see when you go up from 20 to 25, it's another 1%. For instance, when you went from 19 to 20, you got 1%. The idea for this was to give more opportunity for Grace of Saluna, and so the buff is fairly insignificant, although 1% is 1%. People go nuts for 3% attack on Youth of the Crusade, so maybe 1% is worth it. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment, let me know down below. In general, out of the 3 changes, I liked only the third one. I question marked the second one, and that first one is really weird. It's just, I feel like if people manage to port in, it just caused a little more fun, more action in there, and that ties into number 2 as well. So these two are more like fun/action deterrers, in my opinion. But at the same time, number 2 has the advantage of potentially making it a little bit more strategic, more interesting, more smart fighting than just send all your bigger, baddest troops. And for the record, this is also fantastic because Wales can now only use 2 of their legendary commanders. And so if you have 3 legendary commanders maxed out, you can probably go up against someone who has 20 of them, so long as the pairing that's happening there is correct, and you know, you have all the good stuff. They'll still probably wreck you because they have alliance skills, and they have alliance, they have their own equipment that is insanely better. But hey, at least now a whale cannot come up to me with 5 tier 5 massive marches, 1.5 million tier 5s, and shred me down there. He'll only use the 1 to get it done. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Again, in the comments down below. I'm Gekko, I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Don't forget to drop a like on it before you leave. Subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Take care. Peace.